the historical figure, a woman of immense power. Elizabeth Báthory, 1560 to 1614, was not just a noblewoman. She was one of the most powerful and wealthy figures in Renaissance Hungary. She was born into the renowned Báthory family, which produced kings and princes of Transylvania. She was highly educated, intelligent, and married to the ferocious warrior Ferenc Nadasdy, a national hero known as the Black Knight of Hungary. While Ferenc was away at war, Elizabeth managed their vast estates, a role that required significant administrative skill and ruthlessness. This power and autonomy were highly unusual for a woman of her time and would later become a key factor in her downfall, the crimes, a documented reign of terror. The legend of bathing in blood often overshadows the extensively documented and equally horrifying reality of her crimes. The primary source of evidence comes from the trials of 1610 to 1611, which included testimony from hundreds of witnesses, confessions from her accomplices, and physical evidence from Countess Castle. The victims were almost exclusively young peasant girls and women from the surrounding villages, many of whom were lured to the castle with promises of well-paid work as maidservants. Some were the daughters of lesser nobility, sent to her for finishing and education. The methods and motivations, the testimonies paint a picture of sustained, sadistic cruelty. The alleged motivations were a complex mix of sadism. She and her inner circle of accomplices, her nurse, a dwarf, and a laundress, seemed to derive pleasure from the torture. Power and impunity. As the lady of the castle, she believed she was untouchable and could act without consequence on her own property. Psychological instability. Inbred family lines, common among nobility at the time, and the harsh realities of the era may have contributed to severe mental illness. Severe beatings, whipping girls to death with barbed whips. Burning, using red-hot irons, pokers, and even pressing heated coins onto their skin. Stabbing and cutting, using needles, scissors, and other sharp objects. Starvation and exposure, leaving girls naked in the snow to be hosed with cold water until they froze to death. Covering in honey, tying a girl up, covering her in honey, and leaving her to be devoured by insects. The official count from the trial listed 80 victims, but some witnesses speculated the number could be as high as 600, though this is likely an exaggeration. The key to understanding the Báthory story lies in her trial and punishment. For years, the torture was an open secret. It was only when she began to target the